Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Project Cars, where today we are driving a Ford Mark IV, also known as the GT40. Apparently we're starting fourth in this race that has much more powerful cars than we're driving. Oh, this is going to be a fun one. I haven't driven this much, so this could be entertaining.
Let's stay alert and try and make up some places off the grid.
And that's immediately started well. Wonderful. The engine has died. Okay. I'm just gonna restart the race right here, because that didn't go well at all. For some reason I've locked the frame rate to 30.
Let's try and make up some
Wonder if
ground
that might
off
be
the
fraps
line.
in action there.
And keep your wits about you.
Okay, let's try again. This is at Donington GP circuit. And this is what happens when I enter a race with absolutely no practice in the car or the track. Well, I don't know the track well enough, but I know the track reasonably well. The closest I've come to driving this GT is the GT40 that's in Assetto Corsa, and the physics difference is quite astounding. Let's give it another go. Okay. Final race start here before I decide on a different car track combination. Okay. Green flag. Green light. Tight around turn 1. I was late on the throttle there. Some jackass spun me out. And yeah, I'm gonna go for a different car on a different track. But I'm gonna keep recording, because why not? So yeah, I was gonna do Assetto Corsa, but for whatever reason, I have some issues with it. Let's see, what can we drive? What can we drive? Let us drive the... Yeah, let's have a bit of fun. I've been doing this lately. Yeah. Let's drive the green hell in the Audi R8 V10. Is it a V10 or is it a V8? I think it's a V10. The Audi R8 LMS Ultra around the Nürburgring Nordschleife. And it's foggy. Wonderful! Just what I need in a track I'm not confident with. Now, I have been learning the Nordschleife just a bit. At present, I can do with some confidence, I can do the first maybe third of a lap. This is and I've gone off. Gonna keep going, This is a 20-kilometer long circuit in the German Black Forest, I believe. 76 turns. The endurance layout, which does include most of the GP circuit. I've alluded to this before in Assetto Corsa, but this is the absolute green hell. This is the original track. I've gone too fast. That's a 5th gear corner. I'm an idiot for trying in 6th, and I think I've broken my steering. So let's return to the pit box and try again. This is potentially going to be a theme where I get annoyed and start doing the green hell practice, because I want to learn the Nürburgring. This is just a thing now. I want to learn the Nürburgring. I want to learn it so badly because it's one of my all-time favourite tracks. Okay, that one came down to bad braking. I know exactly what went wrong there. Track conditions aren't helping. I must admit the track conditions are a bit crap. I've got off in the same place again. I'm just terrible at that one corner. So up over Flugplatz. Plant the throttle now, and we're into a very high speed section. This upcoming corner is a 5th gear corner, so I will need to brake in a moment. As I come over this crest here. There we go. That wasn't the best way to take that hairpin, but it worked. I'm hoping to get as far as the carousel. This is yet another really high speed section again. Speeds are all in kilometers, so once it hits 160 I'm going 100 miles an hour for anybody in America, so now I'm over 100 miles per hour. And the steering is slightly off, as you can see. It's not... slamming the car isn't helping. You know, I'm gonna force myself to do a full lap here and just... actually gonna do a timed lap as well if I can. Oh my god. This track is trying to murder me. What I'm gonna do is, I've got time. I'm gonna do something really silly. I'm going to exit free practice, open up time trial because that starts me off at a Nordschleife. Let's take the Radical SR3 RS around the Nordschleife. I'm just going to use best in session, and this is probably going to be most of my day now. It's just trying to drive this Radical around the Nordschleife. Yeah, Formula 1 used to race here, for God's sakes. I don't think this game... I don't think this game has a Formula 1 car that actually would have raced around the Nürburgring. But this is one of the most demanding tracks in the world. It's where pretty much every car manufacturer brings their big new cars to show off how fast they are. And a lot of testing is done here by the likes of Audi and Mercedes. And of course you have the endurance races that happen here pretty much constantly. I believe, yes it does. I believe it has its own endurance series. It does. You've got the VLN endurance series. I don't know what the V and the L stand for, but I'm pretty sure the N is Nordschleife. And they regularly get anywhere up to 100 cars driving around this thing at the same time in a race. Most of the track is open to the public, although for safety reasons most of it, some parts also have speed limits. Just so people don't go killing themselves. You know, people don't go killing themselves. I'm sorry if I just stopped talking. I am. This is a live commentary, so you can tell when I get to the bits of the track that I'm worried about, because I will suddenly go silent. This thing has gear ratios. These gear ratios are terrible. But I am surviving so far. I haven't actually smacked into a wall, which kind of proves that I'm better at driving faster cars, I guess. Either that or I'm driving this thing really insanely cautiously. One of the two. This is a fun track to drive. If you've got Gran Turismo 4, you'll know all about this place, and you'll probably hate it because of the license tests that happen here. But it's a track that I want to go to someday. This is a race circuit that I think everybody who loves racing wants to come visit. And my aim here is to get sub 10 minutes. That's kind of my aim. If I can get sub 9... I don't think I can get sub 9 in this thing. If I can get sub 9:30, I'd be quite happy. And this is... I'm now onto a part of the track that I'm not confident with at all, so... pretty much every second corner I'm going to be going silent. Although this is a high speed section, so... I think I can get away with just flat footing it. Oh god. I just looked up at the track map. I know what's coming up. And this is going to be fun. That's a 5th gear corner, not a 4th gear corner. This is me learning the track as I'm driving it. This is distinctly not the way you're supposed to do things. You're not supposed to try and time trial as you're learning the track. In theory I should be driving really slowly. And being really cautious around every corner just so that I don't screw up. That's the first time I've ever nailed the carousel. That was the carousel, one of the most famous corners in motorsports, the Caracciolo carousel. Come on. I don't know why I've decided to do this, but I've decided to do this. This was supposed to be something that I was keeping for kind of later once I was... Oh, lap time invalidated. I'm gonna keep going because I'm not counting that as an off track. Plus I'm not starting again 5 minutes into a lap. This thing's coming to iRacing where their qualifying is like, you do off track once and your qualifying time is invalid. And I've got to admit, if you're the kind of person who owns iRacing, you're probably the kind of person who's going to buy the Nürburgring. Now, I don't have iRacing at the moment because of money, but once I can afford a subscription again. Oh my god, am I getting the Nürburgring, and oh my god, am I trying to take a Mazda Cup car around it. Because why not taking one of the slowest cars in the game around the longest track, one of the longest tracks in the world. There have been longer, but as far as I'm aware, this is the longest purpose-built permanent racetrack in the world. At the third gear corner, not fourth gear corner. Okay. Calm. Now we're onto the calm bit, where I'm gonna max speed. Well, pretty much now I'm at max speed, because there's no 7th gear in this thing. You can hear me. Hopefully you can hear me clicking near the gear selector. Hands off the wheel. Just gonna go a straight line at 222 kilometers an hour. Actually losing speed now because I'm going uphill. This car has no power. I think I'm gonna get sub 9 minutes. I'm gonna get a sub 8 minute lap. Good lord. I screw up this lap surprisingly far in then. What's my lap time? 7:39.6. That's... I'm not even angry at that lap time. I'm genuinely happy about that. I'm gonna try for faster now. And somewhat more importantly, a legal lap. So this video could go on for a while yet. No, it's gonna be this is gonna be the final lap in this video because it's a you've seen the full lap now, so I can just kind of sit back and push this thing to the limits and see exactly how fast I can go. So this is probably going to be a bit of a quieter lap from me, because I'm going to be pushing myself and the car, and probably myself more than the car, to be quite honest. I think the biggest limitation I've got in terms of lap time is driver related. Driver related, not car related. I am using, because you saw me pick this car. This is completely, essentially at random. I just wanted to drive a prototype around the ring. So this is using the baseline setup from P cars, which normally isn't very good. So here's hoping I can... I think if I really nailed a lap, which this one's still legal somehow, if I really nailed a lap and didn't screw up and didn't do something like that, I'm actually kind of surprised it saved that. If I really nailed Lappy, I said the same line, same like 5 words, 6 or 7 times now. If I could hook it up, I think, well, I'm pretty sure I could get sub 7 minutes. Because 7:30 and I'm still learning the track means this is gonna sound really silly. I've probably got about 30 seconds in gains I can make just from learning the track. No setup changes. So I think this might be this might call for a new series on Fridays of learning the ring. This is one of the most technical racetracks in the world. but as far as I'm aware, the P-Cars version is pretty true to life. It seems very similar to the Assetto Corsa version, which pretty much... Well, the Assetto Corsa version is laser scan, so that one is true to life within tolerances of the laser. Did I go into 4th gear again? I think I did. I think I took that corner in the wrong gear again. Yes, I did just do a power slide. Deal with it. And yes, I did just power slide going around the carousel. It's really important to actually get onto the really rough concrete bit going through the carousel. It sounds really weird, you know, you have to go onto the worst bit of the racetrack. That's actually the best line because it hooks. You pretty much hook into the asphalt at the bottom with your left hand wheels and hope to God the right hand ones stick, because if not, you're going up right into the wall. Part of the reason the ring is so tricky and so well loved by racers, and despite the fact that I'm terrible at it, I absolutely love this place. It's because there's no margin for error. You go off, you're in a wall. As opposed to modern Formula 1 tracks where you go off, you got about 5 miles before you even see a bit of grass. And it's ridiculously high speed as well. It's technical, it's high speed, it's got a bit of everything in it, so it's hardly surprising that people who love racing and stuff like that see the Nürburgring as kind of I'm gonna apologize first to all the Muslims out there. This is the motor racing mecca. This is the mecca of motor racing. This is where it's at. Everybody who loves motor racing pretty much has to, by their own standards, make a pilgrimage here once in their lifetime if they can. And that's something I want to do. I want to come to the Nürburgring. I want to come to this ring. I want to take in... You know what? I want to go see the Nürburgring 24 hours. It's, I think it's Blanca. GT3 cars. I'm gonna get brave. Get brave. Yeah, I've just saved 10 seconds in a single lap. I'm not going to do another lap. And I was actually going faster on that lap as well. I'm going to conk the engine. Oh boy. If you have project cars, and if you have any game that has this track, the Nordschleife, could be called the Green Hell, because that's that's its alternate name. That's what it's known as, because it's hell to drive, but it's beautiful in every way. If you've got a game that has this, even if it's Gran Turismo 4 or 5 or 6 or whatever, Gran Turismo I don't particularly like the physics of, so I don't personally... I used to play them. I loved Gran Turismo 4 until the disc broke. I actually played Gran Turismo 4 so much I broke the disc. That's how much I loved it. If you got a game that has... I'm gonna get driving again, because... the ring. If you got a game that has this track, you are absolutely obliged to play it. Just to test your own skills. Right, whoops. That's one of the few corners that actually has an out if you screw up. Guess which corner I screw up the most? That I knew that I knew exactly what to do. If you got a game that has this, play it right now. Just go and play it. If you've got a G27, a Driving Force GT, G25, and you like racing, but you don't have, well, you've got a decent enough PC, and you don't have Project Cars or Assetto Corsa, one of the two, I think I can flatfoot that. If you don't have Project Cars or Assetto Corsa and you've got a PC that can run them, get one of them. I think Assetto Corsa, I checked the other day, Assetto Corsa is currently on sale for 30% off. Project Cars is probably going to come on sale for Black Friday, or thereabouts. So, seriously, these are... you can pick one or the other. In most people's opinion, Assetto Corsa probably has the better physics, but I haven't really shown this off at all. Project Cars definitely has the better graphics, and the rain in Project Cars is absolutely stunning. This is really awkward, good lord. The only downside of Project Cars over Assetto Corsa is Project Cars, there's no planned mod support outside of, you know, I think some graphical tweaks are kind of semi-supported. There's no official mod support. How do people drive like this in games? I've seen people doing this in Project Cars and Assetto Corsa for that matter. I can't find my lines at all like this. So anyway, I'm gonna leave it here. Rolling backwards along the Nürburgring. And a car with the Spanish flag on it. Didn't notice that. Probably should have chosen something a bit more German. I'll be back again next week with Project Cars, most likely. I might show some Stock Car Extreme. Graphics aren't as good, but the physics are far better, and I'm somewhat good at it. I might do an indie race. I might actually do a full race because the AI in Stock Car Extreme isn't as dumb as... I'm not gonna say isn't as dumb. The AI in Stock Car Extreme is a bit more predictable than the AI in P-Cars. Yes, I am doing donuts for the sake of doing donuts. I'm just going to leave it doing that for the time being. So, yeah, I might play some Stock Car Extreme with some... I said Indy cars, didn't I? No, it's the Kart 98 mod. I might drive that. I might drive the 1991 McLaren of Ayrton Senna. Or I might be back in Project Cars, potentially tormenting another car around the Nürburgring. So until then, thank you very much for watching. I've been Rainbow Dave. This has been Project Cars. Please don't drive like this at home, or pretty much anywhere outside of a racetrack in a controlled environment. Until I see you again, stay safe and goodbye.